Hi, Jen here from Jen Michelle Coaching, and today I want to talk about how to inspire a man to value you. This is a question that comes up a lot in my coaching practice and with women is how exactly do you convey value? How do you show that? So often we get caught in talking about our value or feeling like we need to bring our value to someone's attention. But how do we just subtly and softly convey our value from our feminine energy? So this is what I want to dive a little bit deeper in today's video. For those of you new to my channel, I would love to invite you to subscribe. I release a new video weekly. So let's get started. How to inspire a man to truly value you in a way where you are communicating your value through showing versus telling. Number one, when making decisions, you're choosing to always do what is best for you from a place of love, compassion, and respect, yet you are consistently and just really checking in with yourself to make sure that you are honoring what is right for you versus caving to pressure or getting caught in what other people are thinking. A person who values themselves chooses themselves. Yet so many have been conditioned to believe that this is selfish behavior. Yet I invite you to look at this a lot differently than what you've been conditioned to believe, because we cannot give the best of ourselves if we are not filling up our cup first and truly being of the quality that we know we're capable of through good self-care, through making solid and aligned decisions, through really knowing and checking in with ourselves. And so to value ourselves means that we're doing what's right and good for us, even when it's hard, or even when others may not like it, or they may find it disappointing or inconvenient, but being able to really anchor in to who you are and choose to make good decisions based off of what you know to be right and best for you. And this really involves the practice of turning inward, to slowing down to check in first, to notice the noise and the pressures and the expectations, and to dial all of that out and sink into yourself and decide, is this going to be the right decision for me? And to really root yourself in that. This is what energetically and silently conveys our value, and that we know who we are and that we are not afraid to embrace all parts of ourselves, even when it is inconvenient or disliked by others. Number two, you hold yourself at a high standard and in high regard. And by this, I don't mean being a perfectionist where you beat up on yourself, but this idea where you embrace life and you're willing to try new things. You have a flexible energy to you. If you fall down, it doesn't mean that you failed and you should never try it again, but you just have this resiliency and this bounce back to you, and this ability to move towards expanding your world and moving into the unknown with this spirit of curiosity and wonder versus fear or these perfectionistic tendencies of, I'm not going to do something I'm not good at because I can't handle that emotionally. But we really just have this playfulness to us where when we make mistakes or we're learning something new or we're walking into the unknown, we can still have that strong sense of self and hold a high regard for ourselves, where we don't give meaning to, perceived failures or challenges or difficulties, but we just look at it as a part of learning. And when a man can see us really show up for ourselves in a way where we're not taking life so seriously and we're not sweating the small stuff, and we're just learning and having fun and having a level of grace and ease within ourselves to, just play and to just allow, this then inspires his inner little boy to want to come out and play and not be so buttoned up and perfect either. So we really can inspire a man to value us and to feel so good around us by just holding ourselves at a high regard and not ever walking away from new experiences or challenges with that heavy heart or feeling like we failed or that life has to be so serious, and we just can ebb and flow and allow that beauty and that learning and that wonder of our inner little girl just to come out. And that invites a real beauty energetically out in him as well. And it just makes him want to spend time with you, and just to see you as this confident woman who is filled with self-love and grace for herself. And this will energetically inspire a man to value you. Number 3, I touched on this briefly a moment ago, but number 3 is you can handle the ebbs and flows of life. So this means that if a curveball is thrown your way, you don't give it meaning that something bad is going to happen, that you've been unsuccessful, that you did it wrong, that you're a bad girl, any of those narratives that are so easy for us to assign to ourselves, especially if we have an overactive ego or an inner critic that's just beating up on ourselves all day. So really being able to flow and have this balance in our life means that if something happens, if we have a loss, if we took that job and it ended up not being the right fit for us, or they decided we weren't the right fit for them, we can kind of still handle the ebbs and flows and live in that uncertainty and live with rejection without it meaning that we're turning on ourselves and letting it turn into a form of self-rejection, or just that cruel or mean voice taking over within ourselves, where we walk away from experiences feeling like a loser or a failure, but we can instead really take it for what it is while maintaining a strong sense of self, where we know our value and we have that beautiful flexibility and fluidity to us, where we can say, okay, well, that was unexpected. This is stressful. What am I going to do? And we figure out what the next steps are from a space of knowing who we are, knowing our value, and knowing that we're going to land on our feet. Because of course, where we put our energy, action follows, and what we focus on expands. And so if we are focusing on all the beautiful qualities that we bring to the table or that we bring to life, we can handle when things don't go our way with a much higher level of ease and grace, knowing that, well, they're missing out, right? That's a missed opportunity, yet I'm a great person, or I'm a great employee, or whatever the loss is, or I've been a great girlfriend if it's a breakup. Knowing who you are and being able to handle situations that don't feel good with still holding a high level of love and acceptance of oneself. And this truly is a practice. And so if you can do these 3 things and hold your value, especially in the ebbs and flows of life, it kind of makes people look at you differently, like, she still is doing great. Did I make the right choice? It makes them look at themselves differently and question their choices when we kind of have this attitude of, you don't want me, or you didn't choose me, you're missing out. Not in this arrogant, cocky way, but in a way where we know who we are and we know what we bring to the table. And while rejection never feels good, we're certainly not going to let that lead to us turning on ourselves. So if you can embody these 3 qualities, a man will see this and it will make him really question, any sort of faults or critical assessments that he's making, and it inspires him to look at you as a high value woman and to put you back on the pedestal right where you belong. But as with most of my videos, you can apply this to various situations in life. So I really hope that this is of value to you and any relationship or love or life situation you're going through right now. For those of you that are interested in more content, please visit my site, jenmichellecoaching.com. I have all of my new digital programs there, as well as my group wait list for those of you interested in doing some live coaching with me. Visit jenmichellecoaching.com, and I'll see you all next week. Have a beautiful day. Bye.